Hey guys, it's Tinker Tailor here today, bringing you back another Pokemon build series video. Today we have Sentret, who is a normal type Pokemon. It kind of looks a little bit like a raccoon, but if a raccoon was fully circular. I don't know, like if it was an oval shape, I guess. It's the best way I can put it. But yeah, I'm gonna be straight honest with you guys. This is the first build that I have used where I've been able to use the new glass wallpaper. First ever build using it. It's been something that I'm like, I just want to use it so bad right now. Please let me use it. Why can't I use it? Like come on, let's use it. So yeah, I'm very, very happy that I was able to use it. And yeah, I definitely tried to use as much cats and dog stuff in it. I've just realized I did not take a screenshot of the build of the packs and kits I've used, so I've got to go back and do that. But yeah, if you want to know what packs and kits I've used in any of the builds, I started doing it last year, I think, but definitely all of the Pokemon builds will have it, and yeah, it'll basically say what packs and kits I've used. And if it is a starter Pokemon, I will have used a maximum of 4. Sometimes I use less, sometimes you use exactly 4, but it's no more than 4. But yeah, it's been a fun little ride, but I don't know, this build, I really got into it. I don't know what it was, but there was just something that I really, really, really got into the exterior of this build, and it's that cats and dogs wallpaper that I've used on the wall there. It's kind of a bit hard to see because it is white, but that was exactly what I was looking for. Like the business and hobbies one is not it. Like, don't get me wrong, that wallpaper is perfect. I love it. But in this build, the cats and dogs one just hit the mark so well. And what I actually ended up building was sort of like an animal rescue cafe. It's a cat cafe. Let's be honest, it's a cat cafe. That's what I built. But it was really, really fun. I definitely enjoyed it. I would love to work at a cat cafe or a cat sanctuary or something to do with cats because I love them so much. Some days I wish I could just be a cat because they're just such beautiful creatures. You know, I can't wrap my little head around how beautiful and gorgeous these little creatures are. And to those of you who don't like cats, I mean, I don't get it, but I do get it, you know? I feel like a lot of people who don't like cats read cats the way you would either people or dogs, and because of that, they're like, oh, cats are jerks. And it's like, no, they're actually really, really sweet, you know? When you think they're glaring at you, they're actually slow blinking, which is their way of saying, I love and trust you. And I think it's the cutest thing ever, so, yeah. If one day you hear news that I have turned into a cat, don't be concerned. I'm happy. I'm happy about this. It's made me feel very whole. Yeah, just the idea of being a cat, that just... I think my whole world would just be 1,000 times better if I was a cat. But, you know, I'm a people and I can't really change into a cat, and that's just something I'm gonna have to live with, you know? So, in the meantime, I just obsess over them. And I, you know, it's kind of funny because I say that, but last night, my cat Macy woke me up, like, I don't know, every hour or two. So I've had the worst night's sleep. And she just would not stop. I don't know what it was. Because normally she'll complain to be let in if I go to bed too early, and I'm fine with that. I went to bed early. It's a little bit out of her schedule. She'll come in, and I'm pretty good with that. So it's usually about 11. If I fall asleep before 11, she'll complain, I'll let her in, I fall straight back asleep. I don't even realise that I woke up half the time. But then, yeah, she'll complain to be let out, and then she'll complain to be let in. And usually it's around 4 a.m. that she wants to be let out, and then usually it's about, I don't know, like 6 o'clock in the morning that she complains that, like, she's like, hey, can you come feed me, please? Which is mildly annoying because, like, she doesn't get fed till 6:30, and I know it's 30 minutes, but if I go and feed her any sooner than that, she will wake me up at 5:30 the next morning. So I'm just sticking with it, and yeah, it's kind of exhausting not getting a full night's sleep. But yeah, that's what happens when you have a pet. Like, you kind of just learn to live with it. You learn to love them and deal with it because, you know, you've decided to take a pet on and this is a part of it. But yeah, still absolutely love cats, still absolutely love being around them, and I would love to be one. The idea of being a nuisance to someone else and them looking at me being like, yeah, right, you're cute, you can be a nuisance. That sounds like my dream. Not really. I don't want to be a nuisance to anyone, but yeah, just the idea of being a cat and being able to relax and not do much, not think about much, just be a cat. I think, yeah, that would be the dream. But yeah, like I said before, unfortunately, I am a people, and there's not much I can do about that, so yeah, it's whatever. It's fine. But yeah, no, this is a pretty, I don't want to say small, chill build, but yeah, I guess like a small, chill build. There's not really a lot going on in here. There's a couple of bathrooms around, cat rooms, a little cafe area. That's really about it. But yeah, I imagine this is the sort of place where, like, you go and you get some work done. There's a little cafe area. It's just nice and quiet and chill. And then there are cats roaming around. So yeah, I did leave the stairs open for anybody to be able to go up and down the stairs, but I did that so that the cats could go up and down the stairs. I know in game that cats, and yeah, they can just go up and down the stairs and like open doors and whatever, and like it doesn't really matter. So that's why I did it like this. But if I were doing this in real life, I would have, there's a cat room downstairs, and then immediately above it there's another cat room, and that's supposed to be like the, if the cats want to get away from people, they can kind of escape up there. But yeah, if this was real life, I would put some sort of climbing structure for them to be able to climb up there and not have to try and escape people by going through the stairs. But yeah, like I said, this is The Sims, they'll just use the stairs. So yeah, I tried to make it a bit realistic, as realistic as possible. And yeah, I built it in Brindleton Bay, which is a place I've not really built a lot in. It's, I don't know, it's a nice world, don't get me wrong, but I don't know if I've actually built in it before. I think this might be the first time I've built in it. It might also be the second. I'm not entirely sure. I don't know, I do have a spreadsheet to keep track of all this, but I have not checked. So yeah, I'll definitely go check that out after this. But yeah, I don't think I've built in this world. So yeah, to anyone who really likes Brindleton Bay, I do apologise for that. Because yeah, I've not built in the world in which you like to exist and hang out. But now I have. And I don't know, it's a cute little build. It's also the sort of little build where I put a fence around it to make the lot feel smaller, and then just put some landscaping outside the fence. Made my life a whole lot easier, because I was looking at the outside of it and just, I don't want to say panicked, but I was like, it's just so, like, blank. And then putting the fence up, it's like, oh, well, that makes sense. That's why it's blank. Like, you wouldn't have a lot of landscaping outside, so I guess that makes sense. So yeah, that's kind of what I ended up doing, what I ended up with, and yeah, I don't know, I really like how this build turned out. I mentioned in a previous video, I think it was yesterday's video, that I do a lot of modern type builds, I guess, and that's something I'm really comfortable with. But this, I don't know, there's something about this wallpaper that just made me feel so happy. Like, it just fit this build really, really well. So yeah, I don't know, I'm very, very happy with how it turned out. It's something that I don't know if I had done this build, that if I had wow, let me try that again. I don't know if I had have done any other type of build that I would have ever built something like this. You know, if I was just building whatever I wanted, I'm not sure this is what I would have built. But because I have come up with this huge list of ideas that I need to kind of stick to, it's something that I'm kind of like, well, like, I'm glad I did it. It's something, again, I don't know if I ever would have done this on my own. So that's why I love this little series I've got going on, because, well, it's something that it's kind of just like made up, and I don't really know what I'm doing, and I'm kind of just having fun with it. And yeah, I don't know, I think having fun is definitely the main goal here. Because sometimes I do get a little bit in my head and panicked about this, that, or the other, and yeah, I don't know, just it feels a lot more relaxing to be able to look at a build and go, that's exactly what I was going for, and I'm so glad that it was just like super chill. I can also imagine the type of people who work here, they're just very relaxing, calm, go with the flow type people. Maybe a little bit old fashioned in the sense of like, you know, they I don't even want to say old fashioned, but they just really enjoy being outside or around people and having that community gathering. And again, that's not necessarily old fashioned, because there's definitely community gatherings, but just in like an online social space instead of a physical space. But yeah, I don't know, the people here I feel like are a bit more small town vibes, in the sense that, yeah, they're just very close knit with the people around. And you know, like the people who work here, you could look at the kid down the road and be like, oh, when they grow up they're going to work here, and 5-10 years down the road you see them working here, because it's what you do. Like, okay, this person's obsessed with cats, so they're going to work here. I don't know, I love the idea of that sort of stuff in a small town. Like, it's, yes, it can seem a bit samey and a bit small and like, everyone, but the familiarity, it does cause a bit of like comfort and safety, and for people who are looking for that, I think that's beautiful and perfect. I definitely feel like sometimes in my life there's a little bit too much chaos, there's not a lot of familiarity, and I really would like a little bit more familiarity. So yeah, I think that's why at the moment I'm kind of really loving this build, is it's just like a little bit of familiarity that I feel, maybe I'm lacking a little bit in my life. I don't know, I move around a lot, I don't live in a small town. A lot of people in Australia don't live in small towns. I mean, we do have small towns, but majority of the people live along the coastline, and it's kind of just it's smaller places, but you don't know everyone. There's still a bajillion people, and all the small towns are kind of really far away from everything, and also probably the worst weather. I don't know. You're either having droughts or flooding or heat waves or, severe storms, or you're a million years away from any sort of civilization, like a hospital or anything like that. And that's not quite what I'm looking for, but I don't know, I think I want to have a space where I know some people around. I just want to have that little bit of familiarity, because I don't really know my neighbours. I don't really know the people around. There's one neighbour, and they're not even technically my neighbour, they're just someone who lives a couple streets away, and I only know them because of their cat, which is, their cat is very social. It's actually technically their cat, but it's a stray that they're taking care of. They've taken this cat to the vet and microchipped it and whatnot. It's by law their cat, but this cat is a feral cat, does not like being inside, and every time I walk past I will talk to the cat, pat it, hang out with it, that sort of thing. Sometimes I will leave 10-15 minutes early than I need to, because I know I will stop and talk to the cat or hang out with the cat. And then one day the owners were there and we started talking to them, and they're really cool people. I like them. But yeah, that's it. Like, that's the only sort of neighbours I know, and again, it's only because of a cat. I've sort of kind of know some of my neighbours. Like, I know of them and they know of us, but that's because of just like walking past them or whatever, like the power went out in a couple of houses, so I went outside to check our power to see if it was just our house, and at the same time the neighbour was doing that, and our electrical boxes are basically across from each other, they're right next to each other on our houses, so we chatted for a few minutes and then that was it. So I don't really know too many of my neighbours, but I would like to. I think it would be good to sort of get to know people a little bit, you know, just a little bit of familiarity and comfort. And yeah, I think it's the safety bit, like just knowing there's people around that you can, you know, walk out your door and like, oh, morning Bob, or whatever their name is, and I don't know, I really like the idea of that. So yeah, let me know down below, do you guys have neighbors like that who you're pretty close to, or like know of, or like do you live in a small town, and what's it like? Because it's definitely something that it's, yeah, I think there's definitely pros and cons to it, but I think, yeah, I think I'm missing out on the pros, you know. I don't have those pros where I'm at. I don't have that familiarity and that small town feeling, and again, those things that are pros can also at the same time be a con, you know. You don't necessarily always want to feel like everybody knows all your business, but like, you know, if you need something, you've got people to rely on, hopefully, or if you have, like, you know, if you're going out of town, you've got a bajillion people who can look after your pets, or like who can keep an eye on your house. And there's probably, you know, that nosy neighbor who's like, oh, you've gone away, and when you were away this person stopped by your house looking for you, and you're like, oh, cool, thanks for letting me know. And then in the background you're like, oh god, like, why is that person there? Why are they, I'm so glad that they were looking for me when I wasn't there, because I don't want to see them right now. So I'm sure there's pros and cons to everything, but yeah, I don't know, I think I just want to have a little group of people who are close by. The problem with that is, like, I had that, and then I moved away, and that's totally on me. Like, I moved away from my people, and that kind of sucks. That was 100% my fault, and not at all what I wanted, you know? I definitely miss that group of people. I still talk to that group of people, but it's not the same as having people physically there, you know? Just being able to hang out and do stuff and make memories and whatnot. It's a bit harder to do that when you are living very far away from them. But anyway, that's pretty much it with the build. I think I just do some last minute landscaping. There's not much else. I put some more tables outside, so if you want to sit outside you can. The cats do not go outside because, well, yeah, you don't want to lose the cat to the wilderness or whatever. But if you would like to sit outside, you absolutely can. And yeah, like I said, I just do some last minute landscaping because, I don't know, it just felt a bit blank and boring, and I wanted it to feel a bit more something, you know? I didn't want it to feel as empty. But yeah, if you guys enjoyed this build or my rambling and you want to see more stuff like this, or if you want to, you know, stick around to find your favourite Pokemon or anything like that, definitely make sure to subscribe. It lets me know that, yeah, you do enjoy it, you like these videos, or my ramblings, either one. And yeah, I do come out with a video pretty much every single day. It's just February, I don't do the last 2 to 3 days, just depends on if it's a leap year or not. It's nice to have a couple days off. I don't know how people do this, it's insane. I'm always falling behind, there's always something for me to do, there's always, you know, like this build is due in exactly 2 hours, and, or not the build, sorry, the video, and I'm just about finished it, and then I've got to immediately start on tomorrow's build so that I'm not late for that. So yeah, I feel like I'm just constantly running, and I don't know how y'all do it. So anyway, not the point. The point is, if you liked it, yeah, definitely make sure to subscribe, because like I said, I do come up with a video pretty much every single day. February, I will not be doing the Pokemon build series, I'll be doing the A to Z challenge. If you want to hear more about that, there is a link down in the description below for that. I think it's just under the packs and kits used in this build. But yeah, I just want to say thank you guys so much for being here, hanging out, listening to me ramble and rant, and I hope to see you guys in the next one. Bye guys.